All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this is not going to be something that's long and drawn out. Okay, you got some guy, Judah, I can't even remember his name. I believe that's what it was. He talking about how the small hats are Japheth, which is not true. Okay, Japheth and Esau are two completely different nations of people. Completely different. Okay, it'd be the equivalent of saying that Ishmael is Ham. All right, or Japheth is Moab. Okay, it just makes absolutely no sense. They are two different nations of people. All right. And so let's get this real quick. We're going to go into First Chronicles, the first chapter. All right. We're going to start from the top. First Chronicles 1 and 1. It says Adam, Seth, Enoch, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah. I think I mispronounced that after Seth. I think it's Enosh. Okay, Adam, Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And we all know that those are the three sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, Japheth. Now, these are the sons of Japheth: Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshish, and Tiras. Okay? There's nowhere in here where you see Esau. Okay? Esau wasn't even on the scene when this was taken, when the repopulation of the earth was happening. Esau was not even on the scene. Okay? So how can the small hats be a nation of people that weren't even on the scene yet? That makes absolutely no sense. Because we just read the lineage of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshes, Tiras. It does not mention Esau. All right, but let's go down to, let's go all the way down to First Chronicles 1 and 34. It says, Abraham begat Isaac. The sons of Isaac are Esau and Israel. Or you have to remember Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel. And then it says the son of Esau: Eliphaz, Ruel, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. Okay, the sons of Eliphaz: Teman and Omar, Zephi, Gatam, Kenaz, Tema, and Amalek. The sons of Reuel: Nathan, Zerah, Shema, and Mizah. I see nothing with Japheth or his sons. Okay, and you have to remember that Esau and Japheth have two separate blessings. Okay, if they were the same people, they would receive the same blessing. Okay, when you go to, what's that, Genesis, let's see, Genesis, Let's see. Just be patient with me. Let me put it on pause and find it real quick. Okay, Genesis 9 and 26. And it says, and he said, Blessed be Yahweh power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. All right, so that was Japheth's blessing to be enlarged. Now, let's go to Esau's blessing. Genesis 38, actually 37. It says, and Isaac, I said 37, Genesis 27 and 37. It says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, this is Isaac, okay, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Okay, so what we have here is that Isaac gave Esau a temporary blessing. He gave him a consolation prize that would be somewhat like his kingdom of heaven. That would be like his kingdom of heaven. All right. And it said, by the sword he shall live. Basically, by the sword, violence, killing, will he be able to achieve this? And he says that he shall serve thy brother. When has Japheth when has Esau been a servant to Japheth? Just curious. All right. Where do you see that? They have two completely different blessings. And you have to remember, in the Bible, Esau, because of his blessing, is the only nation to receive a judgment of no mercy. We just read Japheth, he'd be enlarged and dwell in the tents with Shem. Okay? But that's not Esau's end. Let's go to Obadiah and we can just end it there. Obadiah 1 and 17, it says, But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. It says nothing about Esau possessing Japheth's possession or Japheth Esau's possessions. All right, let's continue. It says, And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. All right, the northern and southern kingdom. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. Of Esau, not Japheth. It's specifically saying one nation of people. It says, there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it. Japheth is not destined to receive that judgment because of the blessing that Esau has with the sword. Japheth was not given that judgment. Only Esau was. So all this talk about, you know, it, Esau being Japheth and vice versa, it's just complete madness. It's just another scoffer, all right, recycling the same old broke down breakdown. That's all it really is. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.